Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming from you live from the Merriman Coney Island in Garden City. Turn the little thing down here. I hope you're all enjoying the night. We're going to have a lot of fun. Of course, a little bit later, we're going to have coffee with a jet. He'll be here probably within the next 20 minutes. Let's see. It's been about 2 weeks since I've been on the air. I had to do other jobs last week, so I couldn't be here. But all in all, we were having a good time. We're located right here in Garden City, Michigan, on Merriman Road, just a little bit below Warren, and we're going live. We got all kinds of things coming up. Let's see. Got to remind you, every Monday night, right here at around 5 o'clock, they do a car show. Different antique cars and all that good stuff. If you're in the area, come on down. We're going to be starting another show called the Michigan Car. And Michigan Car is going to be more or less touring around and checking out other car shows. We do one every Tuesday night over at the Palmer House, which is located on Palmer Road, just by Merriman there. It's the old Craig's Emergency Room. You'll find we do last week a red, I gotta get the year, but I think it was like a 1970 Corvette one. It was red, the Stingray, mint condition. I'm thinking cars in the 70s. I had cars that I bought new in the 70s. Now they're considered antiques. Of course, I'm considered an antique, so it all works out in the end. Hey, if you feel like saying something, talking, or anything, I've got the chat on. Just say hi to me here in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to reply. Like I said, we do this every week. It's called Coffee with the Jet. And what it is the Jet. That means Benny Spears, he ran a band, and he still runs the band. It's called Benny and the Jets. Now, let's not get this all mixed up with Elton John there, because Benny was doing Benny and the Jets at least 5 to 6 years before Elton John came out with the song. And that's why he was able to keep the Benny and the Jets band name, because he was able to prove it in court. They ended up getting letters that were threatening from people, and Benny toured nationwide years before Elton John came out, and Benny was doing shows with Freddie Cannon, who did Palisade Park. Is one of his big ones. It was Freddie Boom Boom Cannon. And funny thing about Freddie Cannon, he has the most appearances on the American Bandstand with Dick Clark. He outdid the Beatles and all those people. And he was one of the people Benny toured with. Benny also did a little touring with a couple other groups. Matter of fact, Benny's father had a place here in Michigan. He owned a few bars, but the one bar he owned was downtown. It was called the Michigan Palace. And he brought in people. He was one of the first people to bring Kiss in to the state of Michigan when they were just starting. He had a lot of people out there. And that's how Benny met a lot of people. And then when Benny's band got going, they invited Benny to be an opening act and tour with them. And Benny toured with many of people, Bob Seger, many other people. So Benny's been around. And so this wasn't Benny's first rodeo. But anyhow, we do a show every Tuesday. It starts at 5 and runs till around 9:30 over at the Palmer House. And the Palmer House has great food, and you can come have a good time. And if you have an antique car, bring it by. We have a trophy we give away. And I think the salt and pepper shaker is actually bigger than the trophy. But the guys get a kick out of it. It's a nice little gold lucky cup or whatever they call those cups. And we give one away every week to the first place. I think about 2 weeks ago, a 1957 Chevy won. And then I don't know what it was before that. I think a Mustang won prior to that. But this week, like I said, was a 1970-something Corvette Stingray, which won the show. But come on by, have a good time. We have music going. Benny plays guitar, and JP, who was the original bass player for Benny and the Jets, comes up and plays, and we have a good old time. And then on Wednesday, of course, Benny does a show over at WCXI radio, 1160 on the AM dial, with a guy called Dr. Doo-Wop. And they do a show every Wednesday from 3 p.m. till I think 5 p.m. They used to be 5 to 7, but now it's 3 to 5. And you can listen to them on WPON.com worldwide, right out of and I believe that show he does interviews and does all kinds of wild things. And you can go ahead and listen to that show every Wednesday at 3 to 5. Then at 2:30 in the morning, Benny goes on live here with Facebook Live. And it's about the time I sign off with the podcast. And that's, we do different things. We talk to different people, discuss what's going on. It's basically what we used to do as a band after a gig. You know, you get done doing a show and you want to relax and know what's going on and find out what's going on out there in the world. You do it with a show. You do it and you sit down, have coffee, have dinner. And we said, let's turn it into a show. And you never know what the topics are going to be. You never know who's going to be here. But we have our regulars, Benny, myself, I'm Joel, and then you have our buddy Terry that comes up. He comes up usually every day and does his thing. But that's, then we just sit and talk. And then on Thursday nights, you can join us at the Redford Moose at 10:30. It's another Facebook Live for Benny. And they play music, and it's just live from the Redford Moose in Redford, Michigan. And then on Mondays, for all those who have nothing else to do, check your Facebook page out. Go to Benny and the Jets on the Facebook, and you'll find a thing we call Music Monday. Now, Music Monday is a very interesting thing. It's all done on Facebook. Usually you find the song you want to talk about on YouTube and then bring it over to the page, and we discuss and talk about the song. And it's a lot of songs that people haven't heard in years. And we little anecdotes about them, the recording of them, the producing of them, the writing, different things like that. And it's called Music Monday, and everybody makes a comment, and if you know something about the song, you throw that in and talk about it. You can tear a song up, or you can say, hey, I haven't heard that in a long time ago. So that's kind of thing we do. And then, like I said, Tuesday we do Palmer House, and then we come here Wednesday. Well, something else has happened here in Michigan. A lot of people don't know about it. The DTE Energy Theater, which is where most of a lot of these big acts. Matter of fact, Bob Seger's going to be there for 6 days, starting I think this weekend. But anyhow, they used to be on a road called Shashaba Road. But as of today, they changed the name of the road DTE is on to the new address is now 33 Bob Seger Avenue. And they had a big celebration. Bob was out there. So now that's the DTE Energy Theater is located on Bob Seger. And he will be doing 6 different shows coming up. And like I said, I believe it starts this weekend. And they're all sold out. And this is Bob's last tour. He has decided it's maybe time to say hasta la vista and hang up his microphone. So Bob is going to be out there for the 6 shows. I hope you all. What we're hoping is maybe he'll record something live out there and maybe release it as an album. There's an idea, Bob. If you're listening, let's think about it. Maybe we can do a live broadcast in the DTE Theater out there on Bob Seger Road. Well, what else is happening around town? Nothing major. We've been getting a lot of rain. You know, the last month we figured it out. Last month we had 25 days of rain. That means there was only like 5 days of straight weather coming out, and it was just real strange. And we started this month out pretty heavy with rain. Matter of fact, we had some real severe storms come through within the last 24 hours. But apparently, if anyone says that their lawn isn't watered enough, then they're in a glass dome, because we've had flooding and everything else. And then, like, there's been a lot of flooding nationwide, I guess. A lot of people getting caught in their cars. Matter of fact, a good friend of mine, Wendell, which he may come up later tonight. Wendell said that both him and his wife, they live in an area we call Downriver, and both him and his wife lost both their cars. The cars themselves were destroyed by the flood, and I guess insurance is covering them. Now, that's a lot of things, and a lot of things, and here's a little warning to all our listeners. When you go buy a new used car, I mean, it's new to you, it's a used car, and they look nice and everything, be sure, and I mean be sure, if it comes out of the Michigan area or any of these other areas that's had flooding, get a Carfax or the equivalent, because you do not want to buy these cars. What happens is, when a car gets flooded like that, the insurance company will go ahead, pay off the people, and then someone will buy the car, and then they'll clean it up and fix it, and they never run right. There'll always be something that will come up very wrong with the car. So be careful out there. If you buy one car, especially all you our friends out on the West Coast, if you get a car and it's real nice looking and you got it for a real good price, remember there's a good reason. Get the Carfax, please, because we don't want you to get stuck with something that you're going to end up calling a lemon. So be careful out there with that. That's a little warning. There we go. We've done our what do we call it? We were did our public, our PA, public service announcement, PSA. We haven't had to do PSAs in years, but you never know. We might start doing that again. We are at the point of the show where, Benny should be here probably in about 15 minutes. We'll talk to him a few minutes. And then we're going to push over to the live Benny Jet show. Now, like I said, that'll go live on Facebook. And you'll be able to watch that on the Benny Jet page. Hey, if you feel like talking or anything, give us a little thing here. Type in on the chat. Chat is available. We are live tonight. I am not going, so I got to remind Benny we're not recording the show tonight. It's being recorded, but it's being recorded live. So it's going live over to the Spreaker broadcast system, and it's going live over Facebook and a few other places. So make sure you tune in, and then, like I said, Benny will be there. We have a different ability there that we have got carnivals coming in. As a matter of fact, here comes Benny now. We'll be doing the carnival's been hitting. That was another thing. If you know of a carnival out there and you want to get it publicized,
coffee and ice water and cream
and
something like that.
There should be some in the basket right there.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
If you got anything that you'd like advertised, let me know. Give me a holler through my Facebook page, and that's Joel at wrdm@yahoo.com. That's what it is. Joel, wrdm@yahoo.com. And or give me a call on our phone, which is area code 313-332-4903. And you can get a hold of me. That's the station's phone number. Get a hold of me and let me know. We're going to be doing, starting Cars Are Michigan very shortly. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about starting it if the weather holds up. I'm looking at starting it probably this Tuesday at the Palmer House. We'll be doing, I'm on a portables network now, and I got one that's even more portable than this. So I'm going to go out there. We're going to interview a few of the car people. We're going to do a few things for the cars. And I think you'll all enjoy that very much. It's called Cars Are Michigan, or Michigan Cars. We are still working on the title, but it'll be a weekly thing, or depending on how many car shows we do. So we're going to start that on Tuesday. It's a small podcast. And Benny just joined us.
I'll go get you a magazine while you're talking about it.
Well, you're getting a magazine. Because I always said when you're doing a podcast or you're doing a broad live, you got to sit and read. I have no idea what he's doing. But that's okay. He doesn't either.
I don't think any of us do anymore.
No, that's... Our buddy Dan's here. He said hi to everyone. Come in? Oh, that was so... I thought someone was knocking on the studio door. No. We're in a restaurant tonight. Well, like I said, we are at the Merriman Grill, located at the... the studio's over at the house. That's the big system. We are located on Merriman Road, just south of Warren, in Westland. No, Garden City. One side of the road's Westland, one side's Garden City. If they had an accident on the borderline, I often wonder where would they bury the survivors. Think about it. Let's see, anything else happening in the area? We went over the new name of DT, and then he forgot something already. Didn't bring his coffee cup. we went over, of course, that the new name for DTE Energy's street is now Bob Seger. Bob Seger Ave, I think they said they were going to use. And the new address for the DTE Energy, if you want to write them, is 33 Bob Seger Ave. And that DTE is relatively new. It used to, it's had 2 or 3 different names, and but they decided that they want to go ahead and honor Bob Seger, and so they did. And let's see what else is happening. We've got a lot of things going on here. Our old buddy Moose from Moose and the Sharks, he's back in town. They're doing shows all over town. If you're in the Michigan area, you want to listen to a good old oldies band, come on down, listen to Moose and the Sharks. Watch your paper, the Cruising News. So yeah, I know. Benny, did you hear that today, though? They changed the street over there to Bob Seger Ave. Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
I think that's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, go out and if you can go ahead and catch Moose. That's a classic rock and roll. He's been around for, at least 2 weeks that I know of. Now, Moose normally lives in Vegas, but he comes to town every year around this time, and he'll stay till around September, October, sometimes till November. And he books shows all over. So if you see a show where it says Moose and the Sharks, make sure you join in and tell Moose Joel said hi. Benny's here.
Are you going to be there?
Where am I going to be?
Yeah, Moose thing what you're talking about?
No, I was talking. No, that was mine. It's probably ice cold.
I'm going to set it right over there for you.
No, I was just talking about Moose coming to town and.
June 15th, he's going to be at the Northville Moose.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you about that because I know he usually
a Moose
does.
Member?
Oh, I am. Yeah.
You're a Moose member?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I have told our fans out there.
Look at you.
I've told our fans out there that.
You want to sit next to Joel? You want to pull up around here somewhere?
I told them about the Redford Moose.
We keep interrupting you.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
I've got I told them about the show at the Redford Moose. And I told some people to go on your page on Mondays and do maybe get some more people doing the Music Monday.
You did that, didn't you?
I went on this week,
What
and
song did you
this week I did country. I did Webb Pierce, There Stands the Glass.
And
I know a lot of people, I haven't heard that in years,
Yeah. And my comment on that, so you post on Music Monday on the Benny and Jeff Facebook page, you post songs, and we talk about songs.
That's basically what I said, and then I said sometimes,
And what got me is the guitar that Webb Pierce was playing. Man, oh man, it was a collector's item guitar. I've never seen that guitar before. You think about how many guitars I've seen in my life.
Well, you got to remember
I've
that
never seen that
Webb's been
guitar
around.
before.
Well, I think Webb passed away, but he was around. He was around with Hank Williams Sr. So I mean, those those are antique guitars.
Beyond antique.
They were
right?
new.
Yeah.
They were new when he had them.
What year do you think that would have been?
The song he did, There Stands the Glass, came out in '59 or '60.
Can you play that on your?
No, I don't have it.
Well, you should have. You should be prepared for all these things. That's why Dr. Doo-Wop does his radio show. He brings in a whole case. I mean, like 300.
Yeah, but I've got to download
CDs.
them and everything into the unit here.
I could play it. You want to hear it?
I'm like,
Yeah,
we can do that.
Or we'll have to throw off your.
Well, we're live right now
podcast.
with Facebook, so we probably shouldn't.
Okay.
No.
Because Facebook
Well,
has a
it's
rule.
yeah.
Because that's could be so old that maybe that ain't on. Maybe
No,
it's
I
not-
think it's still owned by
it's not
somebody.
Not worth it.
I'm pretty sure
introduce-
Acoff Rose.
Did you introduce everyone to
Yeah,
Dan, who's
they
sitting
said
here?
Dan. Told him Dan was here.
Did Dan
and
say
then,
hi?
then he
Dan, lean in here and say hi.
Who's that?
Dan, lean in that microphone. Say hi.
Hello,
What high school did you go to?
Bentley High School.
What year did you graduate?
Do I have to say?
Yeah. 'Cause it's-
74.
all right, so that puts
Well,
you
that's
right
all
in.
right. I graduated in '73.
From what school?
70.
Henry Ford High.
Henry High?
Henry Ford High.
But I was only 17
In
when
Detroit.
I graduated because I started the school when I was 4.
I was 36. I liked hanging out with the teachers.
What school did you graduate?
Are you
Our buddy
high?
Dennis is here.
Are you high?
Dennis.
Are you high?
Are you
What year
high?
were you
That's
there?
right. He went to
70.
RU.
You graduated
That's
in
Redford
70?
Union for all those out of the state.
Are you high?
Yeah, are you high?
Yeah, I love it.
That's
Hey,
the
so
only
give me
way
that-
you do a show
Give me
like
that
this.
magazine there for a minute. I brought this magazine
Yeah,
so you could
I like to do a little bit of that.
so you could show all your listeners.
And once again, yeah,
I brought this. So
I
you could
can't show them nothing. This is radio. So you do the television end of it. I do the radio.
Cruise News, your complete show, because you were talking about car shows, right?
Matter of fact, we're doing a new show called Michigan Cars, and I'm going to be starting it at the Palmer House next week if weather
Sweet,
permits.
I love it.
And it's going to be all car shows, and I'm going to try to interview a few of the drivers.
Bob Seacott and all those guys in Saga and a bunch
Yeah.
of bands. He went down there last week. He said it's just awesome. They got some of the rarest guitars in the world.
Very cool. In Tennessee,
Yeah, you got the
we have 10 different conversations at once.
I'm telling you, I
Always
noticed
have-
that.
That's why I'm trying not to overlap the Facebook, my Benny and Jeff Facebook Live with yours.
Yeah.
Because it gets too confusing for listeners.
Well, we got about 10 minutes before I sign off and you sign on.
Restored.
Ooh,
Um,
show that to Joel.
What's that?
You're getting that restored.
We're talking about
Oh, cool.
We're talking about cars
And guitars.
and hillbilly women.
Women.
What was that hillbilly girl's name that you knew?
Which one?
Oh, dude. Anyways, this Cruise News is like the car show Bible. It's got every car event in it. It's got every cool car.
That's
in
cool
It.
because that'll help. I want to go around and do these shows. And like I told them, I've even got a station that's more portable than this.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I got the phone. I can do it right on the phone and do a, do a
This magazine
podcast.
will let you what's my word? Rolodex. It would let you
Yeah.
get in with all the other shows.
And the
all
other thing
stuff
is,
that's
we got the chat open for tonight's show right now. If you know of a car show in the Michigan area, you would like Cars or Michigan,
Any vanilla creamer in there?
let me know. And
I think one of them.
type it in or give me a call at area code 313-332-4903 or get a hold of me through my
Now, on Specs Hour, they tell you to say the name again.
we
slow.
did that. We've done that about 12
Sure?
times.
I
Yeah.
didn't catch it.
Also, you can also email me at joelwrdm@yahoo.com. That's joelwrdm@yahoo.com. So either way, get a hold of me.
I just drink it black.
We are coming back within a couple weeks with the wrestling show again. That's going to be going back on the air.
Can I give a little wrestling tidbit?
What? Go
I
ahead.
was watching TMZ today. You know what TMZ
Yeah.
is? Everybody watches at TMZ now. That's like really happening. And Mick Foley was on. And he's looking old. In fact, Mick Foley looked a lot like our friend Dennis.
He's probably around the same age as Dennis.
Mick
Might
Foley.
be.
Mick Foley looking old. But he's got a big GoFundMe thing. What was the girl wrestler that committed suicide just recently?
Just recently.
I can't remember what her name
He's
was.
trying to raise some money for her daughter for a college fund. And
Cool.
all the women wrestlers have got
Yeah,
behind
China
this.
that died.
And
but
they're
that
making a
will
big thing.
go.
Yeah.
So you'll like this one too. So Mick Foley said for $5,000 donation to this GoFundMe, he will come to your house and watch SmackDown with you. That's kind of cool. You could get the Eagles Club to all put in $5,000. Have Mick Foley come to the Eagles Lodge and watch. Wouldn't that be fun or not?
Well, that'd be exciting.
He said, and it doesn't have to be SmackDown. He says, you'll watch any wrestling program. He says, if you just want to go for a walk, he says, I'll go for a walk around the block with you. He says he's got tons of frequent flyer miles, so he can
Maybe
fly
have Benny
anywhere
with
in the
coffee with
United
Jet.
States and Canada. And he will come to your house and sit there. He said he'll mow your lawn for you if you want. If you'll donate $5,000.
$5,000, he's going to remodel the whole freaking house. I'm telling you.
Some guy from Detroit has already went in and bid and done it. So everybody. So if we had 10 friends, he'll come in for 10 days in a row. You know, anybody puts up $5,000. I thought that was pretty cool. Just your friend Dan was just talking about Bob Seger, and Bob Seger tickets are going to be $500 or something. And when I heard,
I thought he was sold out on all the
yeah,
shows.
the scalpers
They
now.
just added bunch more.
Oh,
Scalpers sell them over
so
$1,000
I think
bucks.
they go on sale today.
Doug Podell had some tickets he was letting go for $1,500. For $1,500, I want Bob Seger to come pick me up at my house and drive me to the show.
that's right. And give me a private concert, I'm telling you.
But
My cousin Kathy
for
is best friends with his
$5,000,
wife.
Doug Podell will.
told
I
you
mean,
my-
Doug Podell. I mean, Mick Foley will.
I told you my cousin Kathy is best friends with Nita, his wife. She went to high school with her.
Are they going to pick you up?
I don't know, but supposedly she can set up. Rock and
They may pick him up, but they're going to throw him out over by the DTE Energy. But they won't stop the car. They'll just throw him out. Yeah.
Everybody used to tell me I look like him.
Right. Yeah, you're twins.
Are you off today?
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be at the
He's at
hotel
work.
now. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I'm at the other job now. Yeah, tomorrow night I'll be at the hotel. Haven't done any podcasts out of there
I think you
yet.
should. And I think you should get like a little pot of
Well, it's
coffee
because of time.
and let me and Dennis come and sit in the lobby and
You
drink
can come up
coffee.
anytime you want.
Do they got
But between 2 and 4, I'm
You're
busy
working.
doing the audits and
Yeah.
getting everything ready.
What's that little 1-cup coffee maker thing called?
Oh, they got them in those. They've got those in the room.
A Kirk?
But I brew the big pot because
Yeah.
when you come into the lobby,
Yeah,
we
gotta
always
have a
have
coffee waiting.
free coffee.
Oh.
So
So if
Phil has one of them.
me and Dennis went in there and posed as customers, do they get donuts too or just coffee?
just coffee.
Yeah, I do
But
like
right,
a
you go
little
right
spread.
there to the Dunkin'
Oh.
Donut. He's 24/7.
Yeah. And probably if you time it right, he put a bag of donuts, like the day-old donuts, out in the back, and you just steal the whole bag, and you could have 500
I
donuts.
doubt
and
it.
then Me and Gino, the
I
mailman.
mean, this is the guy that owned the Denny's next door
That's right.
and
He
won't
closed
sell
it
to
down.
anybody. Yeah.
Is he still there?
Oh, the building's there.
Me and Gino, the mailman, used to go to Dunkin' Donuts, and we'd have a coffee and a donut. And
I miss that guy.
we'd pay $1.50 or something like that. And as soon as she would serve us our donut, she would turn around and get a garbage bag, a clean plastic bag. And she hands us a donut and turns right around, takes all the rest of the donuts and dumps them in a garbage bag. We go, what? She goes, it's time to switch the donuts. I go, you just sold us
What's
one.
fresh?
And you're throwing all the rest of these away. Why wouldn't you just give us one if you're throwing away? She goes, you want these? And Gino goes, yeah. Gino grabs a garbage bag with 500 donuts in it.
Well, you know what a lot of people did? They used to.
food shelters.
When I was with Tim Horton, there's a slight delay that really throws me off. When I was with Tim Horton, every night we'd have all the donuts packed up, and St. Christine's
Man, it's almost time for me to
Yeah.
sign on.
St. Christine's would come and pick them up every day, and they'd get the donuts out in their soup kitchen.
And some little guy would say,
And then it was like,
it's time to make the donuts.
no, well, it was better than throwing them out.
I agree.
And they'd give them the bagels, anything, because they had to start fresh
Right.
every day.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I
a lot
like
of the Dunkin' Donuts, and I think that's what he does too. When he gets rid of his Dunkin' Donuts, he sends it over to one of the
Food
area
shelters.
food shelters, or they come get them. They didn't deliver; they came and got them every day.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
Panera Bread does
And
it,
I'm
too.
going to be
You
getting
get
ready
rid
to
of
go
your,
off here in a second. Benny will be going on. Remember, go to Benny and the Jets on Facebook
Cool,
page,
all right.
and he'll be live probably in about a minute.
Yes.
So go ahead, listen to Benny. I'm going to be saying good night. Thank you for listening. You can listen to this anytime, either on Facebook, on Spreaker. We are live tonight. Have a very good evening, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good night.
Da 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 ya da 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 da.
Went to your